Welcome back to House Flipper 2 and the Great Sandbox tutorial. When I was reviewing some of the stuff that we've done for jobs, I noticed I actually forgot something, and that was to talk about one of the tools here called virtual walls. Now, virtual walls looks really funky when you're in this mode. And you can see I've got purple, I've got this, turquoise, I've got these green. I mean, it looks really weird, especially when you're inside of here. And it can be very odd as to like what's going on. And I didn't really realize what this tool was for until I started playing around with it. And then thankfully this wonderful community, I believe Tassa1 Games, she reached out to me and helped me out with some of the things that we can use virtual walls for that I didn't know, as well as some things to kind of keep a lookout for. But basically, virtual walls is for you to set the ability to either A, section off an area of the house where a specific quest needs to occur, or B, limit people from going beyond a certain point. So a great example, if I go to R, you'll now see we're in block access mode. So if I were to come up here and put up a wall just like this, we go to save, and then we go to test the property. So we put a no access wall right here. So if I try to walk this way, I get stopped. There's nothing else I can do. I can't go here, but now I can move around it. So this is a great way, especially if you're making like an apartment in the sky and you don't want people coming down and looking down the ground where you have nothing or some weird skeleton. You can lock people out of that by using that virtual wall and blocking access for people. Let's exit the testing here. The second tool here is, obviously removing that. So we can remove it. So we'll click once, twice, and thrice. Oh, there we go. So all nice and removed. And then we have quest borders. So quest borders, like I said, it can demarcate an area so that, all the quest is going to occur inside of this. The game does its best based on how you close a building. But sometimes that just does not work. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. There we go. Okay, so in theory, the quest doesn't start until we walk inside of there. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. And let's go test the property. All right, so now you can see I don't have any quests listed now until I walk within that border. And there are no quests in this in this job, but they would not appear until you show up in here. So let's actually get a little bit of a quest in here. Let's just make an item quest to buy. Let's just put this down. There we go. So we're gonna buy that. That's inside of this box. Let's go ahead and have them buy a corbel. There we go. Okay, so let's save. And let's go test the property now. Okay, so now you can see I have no quest to buy anything here. It's not until I move within that border. And now you can see it shows up that I need to buy something. I go and buy it. Done. I walk inside. Again, the buy option is here. Done. Okay. So that worked out pretty well. Now you can add a few other things in here to help people out. If you go into the sandbox only, there is this quest indicator item. So you can help people out to let them know that there's a quest in here. So it looks kind of weird. It looks like an actual object here. You can sell it and all that fun stuff. But when we go into test the property, all right, when we see it there, see now it's floating. When we come inside and we perform the quest, it disappears and does not come back. There we go. Neat little quest indicator item, works pretty well. Together with the virtual walls, you know, everything looks pretty good. There is a slight downside to this that we found is when you have a tree, oops, let's go ahead and put a tree in, that has roots. Let's grab a really big one. There we go. So those roots act as an obstruction to the quest borders. So when you're trying to do your quest borders here, if you were to try to accommodate this by, you know, trying to get it up high and close this in, it's not going to work fully. You would have to close it in from the bottom as well. So closing it there, and then obviously closing it here will properly close the quest borders into that little pocket. And then we could mark this as an item to sell. So this will exist outside the quest borders, this will exist inside of it, and it's not going to try to tell us we have to sell this while we are inside of the house. It's kind of weird, but that is what you have to do to make sure that, you know, you don't have any crossovers. There's a reason why virtual walls, very, very important. So now we're marked as to sell right there. When we're inside, the only thing we've got is the buy item. It's not obstructing. If we didn't have it fully wrapped, we wouldn't have been able to. We wouldn't have been able to do this. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how virtual walls work. Very important for jobs. I hope you start using them and learn them, you know, better than I have. If you have any other tips, tricks that you'd like to share with the community, please by all means add it to the comments section. I read everything you guys post. So with that, thank you much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.